Alright, folks, it's time to talk about some doggy coins and how are they doing in the market, right? So, we're going to be talking about Doge, Shiba, AKITA Inu, and ELON, Doge Elon Musk, I guess, right? So, we're going to be taking a look at all of these major meme coins, major doggy coins in the market, and let's see where the market is headed towards, guys. So, without any further ado, let's begin our TA journey for the day on these meme coins with the landlord of meme coins, guys. Freaking Dogecoin for you right here. Quite disappointed, to be honest with you, because me personally, yes, I was in this trade, guys. I was simply expecting Dogecoin to simply stay above this grind line and maybe take this trend to the upside all the way, taking out this rejection high, which was your 33 cents regions. It looks to me like we got rejected once again, guys. So we have real sell side liquidity sitting on these levels right here, which gives a clear cut resistance on these levels. So until Dogecoin is just kind of situating the price action, the daily price action below 35 cents as a whole, most likely the trend is going to be staying towards the downside, guys. As you can see, the 200 simple has started rolling to the downside, and we're kind of breaking this grind to the downside as well once again. I mean, on the bottom side of things, we do have support coming in at 20 cents once again. It really kind of depends on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is losing $50,000 levels, most likely I'll be expecting Dogecoin to lose these levels and retest this entire liquid zone, which is going to be your 16 cents once again. I mean, look, guys, honestly, I do believe the entire run towards 16 cents has started for Dogecoin, guys. This is a good looking bearish posture right here, at least in the mid to small time frames. As you can see that the 200 simple is kind of having a very steep slope to the downside. All these slopes on these major moving averages will define your trend, guys. They will tell you whether the market is weak or strengthful. I mean, essentially, if you saw Dogecoin right here with the 200 simple being very strengthful in the market, you had a crazy bounce and a good looking trade as well. This was a 100% trade to the upside, guys, coming from these regions going all the way towards these levels. It was a 100% trade in the market for Dogecoin in terms of your long positions, right? But whereas if you talk about this kind of price action, what are you doing in the price action? What is Dogecoin doing right now? Dogecoin is not doing anything bullish, guys. This is setting in lower highs, and this is also basics of technical analysis, right? If your trend is to the downside, essentially if you're setting in lower highs with every rejection, you are essentially in a downtrend, guys. Well, so Dogecoin is in a downtrend. Until you are below 35 cents, this will stay in a downtrend. If you talk about this entire squeeze as well, are we going to be resolving this squeeze to the downside? I mean, we have a clear-cut diagonal trending line coming right here. I do expect crazy amount of activities happening alongside this diagonal trend line. Essentially, I do expect a lot of activities happening beneath this trend line as a whole, guys. So for Dogecoin, I'm going to be putting a lot of focus into horizontal supports rather than our diagonal trends as a whole, guys, because in your diagonal trends, it's quite easy to print in bear traps again and again and run the price action to the upside once again, which is why, guys, we're going to be talking about your major horizontal supports on Dogecoin. Right? At least I hope that most of the market participants watching this video right now are responsible traders or responsible market participants. So if Dogecoin is going to be below 35 cents as a whole, most likely even in terms of an investment standpoint, it's kind of better to stay in the sidelines, guys. Now, this is my own opinion. You can base your own opinion. If you have a time frame for, I don't know, about a decade or something like that, I mean, if you're planning your child's education or something like that, if you're 25 and if you're planning your child's education from Dogecoin, it could work out. Elon Musk said himself, guys. I mean, Elon Musk is like, I'm going to be creating a university that's going to simply accept Dogecoin as fees. If you have a time horizon for 10 years and beyond, maybe this video is not for you as a whole, right? Because look, guys, 10 years is a pretty long time horizon. Things can happen. Anything can happen in such amount of time frame, right? But if we talk about, let's say, the rest of the year itself, talking about, I don't know, Dogecoin producing millionaires once again, I don't think it's going to happen until we are below 35 cents as a whole, guys. It's a pretty much rounded figure. So if you lose 16 cents, you'll have a clear-cut trade towards the 3-day 200 simple moving average, folks. I mean, essentially, if you lose this grind line to the downside and you resolve this entire structure low to the downside as well, you'll be having a good clear-cut downside trade for about 42%, guys. It could be slow, but it could particularly play out. With that said, your risk management to the upside for your short position is going to be this rejection high, which is going to be at 28 cents, guys. Remember, this will be confirmed once you take out this low to the downside. Then you'll be most likely having a good looking trade depending on the overall market landscape, which will take the price action all the way towards 11 cents on Dogecoin. Let's jump on to Shiba Inu right here. What is Shiba Inu doing in the market, guys? Shiba Inu is looking kind of bearish, but I do believe that this is getting into the oversold regions, guys. Although An asset that is getting into oversold regions doesn't mean that the asset would simply reverse from those levels. It could extend its down leg, guys. I mean, Shiba Inu could extend its down leg without any definite area of interest, right? The one who became billionaire from investing in Shiba Inu has cashed out. I mean, that's kind of crazy to think of, right? I mean, you can expect this kind of behavior following up with most of the retail crowd, but that would happen when Shiba Inu probably comes on these levels. I mean, is it a death sentence right now? No, guys, I'm talking about these levels, sitting at these levels is it's actually a far-fetched opinion, but the thing is that the price action in the mid time frame is kind of bearish, guys. As you can see, ever since Shiba Inu put in an all-time high right around these levels, we have been in a constant downtrend. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a retest of 55 simple on the daily time frame. If you resolve this grind to the upside with your 55 simple moving average coming in as support, maybe Shiba Inu could trend all the way towards these levels and test the rejections high sitting in at, I don't know guys what this number is, but this is going to be your structural region where the price action could simply flow all the way towards. Let me just get this back to a little. And what's your favorite shitcoin, meme coin? Let me know that as well down in the comments, guys. But guys, look, market is not always about those crazy trends and expansions to the upside. Market essentially is not about being bullish all the freaking time, guys. Market is about trading as well, right? Which is why ever since Bitcoin got rejected from $68,000 levels, we've been talking about all these intraday ninja moves on scalp trading ideas as well. So market is not just about your crazy buy and hold situations. You can simply educate yourself. You can be a trader as well in the market. You can capitalize on these ranges in the small time frames and mid time frames as well. For example, we have a good looking trade right here, guys. If the 55 simple really reverse the trends and takes the price action all the way towards these levels, I would be expecting a quick wipe out of all the stop losses below these levels right here. Essentially your $4,000 Satoshi levels, I guess. I mean, I would be expecting a little wipeout beneath this exact point, and then maybe we can revert to these levels, guys. So watch for something like this happening in the market, I believe. But we don't have any bullish divergence, guys. We don't have any sort of bullish divergence happening on the RSI itself. Could we be formulating a bullish divergence right here? We could be doing that. We certainly could be doing that because you have the benefit of doubt with the moving average coming on these levels. So Shiba Inu would be really interesting, guys. I mean, let's just see what happens in the coming week. But most likely whatever happens with Shiba Inu is going to be quite interesting, guys. Remember, if we break down below the 55 simple and let's just see what happens. But if this bearish cross happens, if essentially your the 21 exponential goes for this bearish cross with the 50 simple moving average, you will be expecting some constant down move, guys. As you can see, the last bearish cross, I mean, we don't have much history because this one is coming from Binance, but if you take a look at Shiba Inu on Poloniex, you'll see this kind of same behavior happening, guys. You see the bearish cross between your 21 exponential and the 55 simple. That is when the price action goes to the downside after the bearish cross, price action down. I mean, this was a reaccumulation zone as a whole, but things were quite different. We could expect something different from here, but the overall conclusion that comes from your bearish cross between the 21 exponential and the 55 simple is mostly to the downside, guys. It's mostly to the downside on Shiba Inu as a whole. And look at these rejection highs again and again, folks. I mean, first one of this, second, third, fourth. Oh my goodness, this is like a systematic downtrend, guys. Holy shit. So could we expect similar things happening? Yes, most likely we can, guys. So what's the price action coming down all the way towards these levels, which could be below this rejection high. And I do expect this price action to get rejected once again and then maybe continue the downtrend all the way towards these levels, formulating a new low, which is going to be taking out all the stop losses below these price points, guys. So this is something which could happen, right? Because this is something which has been happening on Shiba Inu as a whole. You run to the upside, you test some key moving averages, and then you get rejected again and again and again and again. Guys, check out the risk management video that I posted last week. I think that should be really helpful. That should be really helpful to you if you're trading these small time frames, right? And if you do not understand margin collateral management, maybe that video is going to be really helpful. I'm going to put in that video somewhere up top right here so that you can check it out for yourself. Okay, with that said, let's jump into AKITA Inu. Another Inu, folks. Another Inu coin right here, which is bearish, to be honest with you. This one is jumping into the bear control zone, guys. Now, if you simply know what bull control zone and bear control zones look like, this one is going into the bear control zone. I mean, essentially, the bull control zone is going to be above the 60 reads on daily time frame. And as soon as you go below this 40 reads, that is when the bears are going to be taking all the charge as a whole. So maybe guys, maybe AKITA Inu will continue the downtrend. Maybe you will have all these chops and retest of this bearish cross, which could potentially happen, and then you'll continue a downtrend. But AKITA Inu is kind of getting into a very aggressive downtrend, to be honest with you guys right here. You can expect some crazy downtrend happening until the higher volume nodes sitting in at these price points right here. I can't even pronounce this number right here, to be honest with you, but we can expect constant selling until we reach some areas of values, guys. Do you remember this word called area of values? This is something which you could figure out in the macro price action structure as well. As you can see, most of the price action was happening alongside these levels with your volume node confirming the fact. So we can expect a continuation move on AKITA Inu all the way towards these levels. And even if we go back to the upside, most likely we're going to be retesting this bearish cross, which is going to be happening pretty soon, guys. I mean, essentially, if you have to just avert this bearish cross as a whole, you would have to do crazy things, right? And the price action should simply roll to the upside, take out the previous all-time high. Probably that is what will stop this bearish cross to happen. This is, I mean, back again, guys, getting rejected with the 55 simple moving average again and again. Pretty neat looking trend, guys. Pretty neat looking downtrend, to be honest with you. Do we have any perpetual contracts on AKITA Inu? If you know, let me know that as well down in the comments, guys, because most likely if profits are being taken, I would be expecting some aggressive short selling happening in all of these meme coins, guys, because profit taking is going on, and this is also one of the strategies. When the selling is already happening, you want to squeeze alongside the capitulation of the market, which kind of increases your own profitability with the help of short selling, right? So maybe that is something which is going to happen, guys. Until you are setting in lower highs with the 55 simple moving average on 4-hour time frame, this will keep on rolling to the downside, as this was rolling to the upside with the 55 simple, right? Literally the opposite is happening right now. Let's take a look at the last crypto asset, which is, I mean, this is crazy bullish, to be honest with you, which is why this can be beaten up for good, guys. Look, guys, what is happening on Doge ELON right here is that we have the biggest volume node right at the resistance. As you can see, guys, the volume control zone is right on these levels right here. I mean, if you're getting rejected, if the distribution is happening from these levels with your high volume nodes, maybe you are printing in a future resistance, guys. I mean, this statement of mine could simply flow out of your reach, but to be honest with you guys right here, I mean, you see crazy amount of volume happening right at the top. Maybe this is the sell volume which is happening in the market for good, guys, which is why you have crazy trading happening on the high side of this range right here. Not much to talk about right here. So if I were to be simply talking about the trend, I mean, we are still in a downtrend. I mean, ever since you put in top during the first week of November itself, you are in a downtrend. Although I do expect, if the squeeze resolves to the upside, we could be expecting a good looking continuation movement to the upside, guys. And if it happens, now if essentially Doge ELON takes out this entire region to the upside and situates some price action above the previous all-time high, then we can expect this entire zone to be a good, big, humongous support, guys. You can see right here, this is volume node. This is a big volume node. So if you resolve this range to the upside, this will work as a support. But if you resolve this one to the downside, this will work as a big, fat, gigantic resistance, guys. Remember, you are here to make money. As an investor or as a trader, you are here to make money, not to get into cults, not to get into bear and bull cults or maybe meme coin cults as a whole. You're here to make money in the market, guys. So if the trend is telling you that this is the resistance, maybe think about the price action like that, because the volume node is kind of confirming the fact that we have some distribution happening from these levels, guys. Now, is this a trend? I mean, this is the strong uptrend, guys. I mean, this is a very, very freaking strong uptrend, right? Which is why in the first and foremost pass, I don't see anything particularly bearish. But if it is all this squeeze to the downside, I mean, essentially, if you keep on printing lower highs, maybe the ultimate capitulation could happen, right? Maybe the ultimate downtrend, the down leg could emerge out of nowhere as a whole. Could happen, could not happen. But if you trend above these regions, you will be having this entire zone as it could look in support on Doge ELON for good. Okay, guys, I hope this video was helpful for all the people who are trading these meme coins. And let me know down in the comments, what do you feel and how much do you hold, guys? Or do you hold any meme coin or not? Maybe tell me that as well. Until then, bye for now.